Hello again, people. It is Thursday the 21st of May 2026. Right, I've been thinking about making this video for a few months, and the reason I've been thinking about it is because I feel a bit responsible, because I've made a couple of videos of my scrambles, and particularly the one I want to talk about today is Jack's Rake, which is graded or regarded as a grade 1 scramble. Now if you do a bit of Googling, you'll come across some cautionary tales and warnings, and in my opinion, and you need to bear in mind these facts, right? I'm a very experienced rock climber. I'm 65. I've been climbing since I was 12 years old, and not consistently. I've had me periods where I've been out, but I've climbed up to 8A Sport, E5 Intrad, and quite recently I've done a couple of 7As inside a climbing gym. On top of that, I've also had a lot of experience in the mountains because I was a joint service rock climb instructor for 15 years. I've been a snowboarder. Well, I still consider myself to be, although it's been a couple of seasons since I've been out there. Downhill mountain biker, and then I've also spent 10 years working as an Industrial Rope Access Trading Association Level 3. So IRATA, Industrial Rope Access Trading Association. And what that is, Level 3 is like the top tier rope access technician. So I was qualified to access any building or structure just using ropes, and supervising teams and being able to carry out rescues in ascent and descent and all those things. So the reason that I'm mentioning this is because you could say I've got a healthy understanding of what operating at height means. So getting back to Jack's Rake, I really think it should be given a level 2 grade, because if you're just an ordinary hiker or walker and you're out there and you come across something on the Google saying that it's a level 1 and then there's no level half or 0, you're gonna naturally think that, well, it's only a level 1, it must be easy. Well, the main thing I'm trying to point out is that there's two particular sections where there is a high consequence potential of a fall, and if you do fall, you're not coming back from that. You're talking curtains, you're talking the morgue, you're talking getting peeled off the floor, probably smashed to bits depending how well you bounce. But yeah, just take it from me that if you want to do a grade 1 scramble, choose something else. And it's rested heavy on my mind since I did a recent video about Pinnacle Ridge that leads from is it Easdale Valley or something like that, up to St Sunday Crag in the Lake District. I can't remember now, but anyway, that's supposed to be a level 3. Now, when I was doing the crook section of that, I was thinking about Jack's Rake, and that isn't particularly that much harder than Jack's Rake. I mean, it is, but not by that much. And getting back to these two parts of Jack's Rake, when I've done it, I've only done it twice, bearing in mind twice, and I did it in the middle of last summer, and even then it hadn't been raining for a few days, but there was still a trickle of water. So that rock on that route, Jack's Rake, is very, very polished, and it's very slippery. And there's one section where you have to bridge your feet out, and it's tempting to go further left, which further exposes you to a worse fall. So just take it from me, if you're going to do that route, make sure you're fit, make sure you're sober, make sure you're healthy, and make sure you're not carrying too much weight. You know what I mean? So yeah, just please just be careful. I'm not trying to put anybody off. If you're young, fit and healthy, by all means go and do it, and especially if you've got a good head for heights and it is thoroughly enjoyable. But just don't go on it as your first grade 1 with not much experience and expect it to be one step up from a hike, because trust me, it's not. Now, like I said, I've made a couple of videos of it. Go and watch them if you want. Subscribe if you want. My videos don't get that much views. I mean, I've got a couple that I've got over 1,000, but generally I'm into the lower hundreds, if 100 on some of them. But just take this on board, please, because it is what the Mountain Rescue refers to an accident black spot. But to me, in common sense thinking, a black spot is where you're driving down the road and you inadvertently come across a situation that is on the spot difficult to avoid. But a black spot isn't something that someone's given a grade of a grade 1 scramble, and everybody knows that there's a high potential of an accident. So I really believe it should be a grade 2. Anyway, I've made my point, and take it on board if you want, and ignore it at your peril. God bless.